Guro Billy Brown here with you. Part 2 of my Target Tactics anti-grappling program. Part 1 was our fundamental building area. It's very important, and what we showed you in Part 1 is probably going to be 98% of what you're going to do if you find yourself on the ground in the street. That when I teach my police officers, when I teach my military units, that part is all I show them. Okay. This next part, we're going to go a little more intricate with you. We're going to work on some things if you mess up that area a little bit, and we're going to really give you a lot to take back to your academies, to your own gyms and train. So this could be considered the more advanced part, but I think you'll love it. And if you train it all, just remember that anything advanced is just the basics done really well. So let's get to it. Okay, guys, let's get started. Once again, we have Mr. Jay Bumpus. He was in the first part with us, and he's allowing me to beat on him again tonight. What we're going to talk about first is some defense if the guy is doing a double leg, or a low double, a low single, or a body tackle. You know, when I first started teaching the Target Tactics program, I didn't really plug in any of this stuff in the courses because it wasn't as prevalent as it is today. I'm in a college town with MMA schools on every corner, and the security that I've worked here, as a doorman over the last few years, nearly every kid that walks in the club has some either wrestling background or MMA, or he thinks he's an MMA fighter, or at the very least he wears a tap-out shirt. So I started having to develop something that's very simple, surgical, and to the point for you to nullify some of these attacks if they happen. If a guy does a double on you, you probably messed up your game. You didn't thumb the eye, elbow, and headbutt and finish the fight, and that's my Fight Stoppers program, so be sure to view that. But that's what Target Tactics is all about anyway. It's if we mess up and find ourselves on the ground. Okay. So from here, if keep in mind, if he does any kind of where he adjusts his angle and he shoots in, just hit if you can. One of the best ones, and I've actually landed this one on the street, is when he load. I just raise the knee up. So as soon as he shoots in, boom! If he's trying not to do it, I'll go by your face and shoot. Boom! And you just raise the knee straight up. It's not like a Muay Thai knee that goes in. I try to hit my own shoulder with it, you see? So he fakes high, goes up, boom! Just knee, okay? That's a really good one to do. As I said too, he goes, I can pin and just hit. He goes, there's the uppercut, see? He goes, there's the Panatukan uppercut where I hit with go again slow. I hit with the knuckles here. He goes, I can pin again, I can raise the eye, and I can punch. Okay? He goes, I can stop. See? So there's lots of things that you should develop so that you don't get taken. Now, let's say he's committed. I couldn't land a clean shot to slow down or impede that forward pressure. So now I have to go to a time-proven tactic, which is basically a sprawl. You'll see that in basically all grappling systems, from Catch-a-Sketch-Can to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So he's going to do the double. I'm going to sprawl deep with it. You see. Now from here, what I want you to do is control this arm. Now, if you notice, I have his jawline, and my elbow is to my body. Short elbow, we call that. You see? I don't want it high. I want it tight and to my body. Okay? So, and I have a very forward dominant pressure on this guy. Okay? Now, the first one that I want you to do is I'm going to take 2-finger grip, and I'm going to put it on the inside of his elbow. Now I'm relaxing a little bit just to give him some relief here. Okay? And I'm going to pull this to my body. And as I do, I'm going to walk around him, and I'm going to kind of just hip toss him down. And then from here, I just go back to side position. We've already been here. And from here, I can start hammering. Obviously, there is control. There's submission work that can be done. But what I want you to do here is secure this front arm. You see it? If this one's working, I want you to secure it. I want you to turn his jaw with the palm as you step over. And then I want you to start working the hammer fist. The hammer fist, see? And you can finish with the rear overhand with it. This is a secure position. You can also stand. You can engage a blade if you need to, if other attackers are coming. You can scan. You can pin very well. And these are knockout shots. And then see, I post on his jaw here. See? And then there's the shot. I post, I replace my hand with this one. See it? And I post again. Okay? There's really nothing he can do with these hands from here. Even if he gets them loose and he starts trying to push on me, okay? What I do is I secure it. See? I post, there's the shot. There's the shot. This one's useless. Okay? Okay, once again, if I haven't been able to land some kind of impeding shot to slow his progress down so that I can go to my game, so that I can clinch and put in some elbows, some knees, some headbutts, I'm going to have to sprawl to defend that initial that initial takedown he's attempting. And then from there, we're going to break him down and put him where we want him to go. So he shoots here, sprawl from here. Now, I want to go to his jawline. So I want to control his jaw, okay? Once again, I'm on my knee here, giving him a little bit of relief, but I would probably stay up all the way if I could, see? I can pull this elbow to my body or ridge hand it. Either one. Pulling it works fine. See, I pull it to my body as I turn and walk him around. You see this? Now from here, I just pull him flat to secure. See it? So if we turn for the camera. Okay, so this is where I am now. A lot of pressure's on this arm, and he's really on his side more than anything. He's going to try to be punching here. Keep the head up. Control the jaw. There's the trap from here. See? That's my initial shot. Now, I never walk over the man without this jaw being controlled. I don't want you to be able to look at me. So I press, and I walk over. Still keeping these controlled if I can, any way I can. There's no art to it, really. You just grab him, you keep him to his body. You hit him once, hit him twice, press, hit, secure. Okay? Hit him once, hit him twice, give it a shot. Okay, I hope you practice that last series. From here, same thing. I'm not going to sprawl on him again because you got that, and that's something you're just going to have to work on and perfect and go from there. We do it a little differently on the street because on the street, we're usually sprawling on concrete. So it may be a little different than the way you would trade it for the cage arena. But it's still very effective if you keep the finer points, keeping shoulder weight on him, sprawling with both legs, securing his head, that kind of thing. So from here, so I'm back to here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm trying to take his side, or he thinks I'm going to try to take his side. So let's show a different angle. Yeah. Okay, freeze right here. Okay. So he thinks I'm going to try to take his side. What I do is I go right underneath the arm and I secure it into a figure four. Camera, if you can come see this. See it? And then what I do is I just power shoot him all the way with it. And now I'm back to where we were before. We've done all of this before you've been here. Okay, I'm going to break that down for you again. Okay, so we're here. Okay? And keep in mind, too, you have hits. Okay, you have the body shots. Okay? If you look at, can you move this one so the camera can see what's happening here? Watch this. You have the jaw shots, which is with the bone. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, you'll get a knockout from it. Okay? So it's with the bone. So you have all those little shots from there. Okay? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk around him this way, and I'm going to thread this arm underneath, as taking this arm from his jaw and putting it on the back of his skull. Okay, so I'm here. I walk around him, and I secure this thing, right? Now I'm going to power shook him as I twist my hip a little, right? And that brings him right down. I get control. There's that bowling ball that we did last. See that? Right in the eye, see? I can pin. Look at this. I pin, and I slide the elbow. I pin, and I slide the elbow. Watch, 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 watch. If he has hair, grab the hair. Jay doesn't have hair. So I use 2 fingers. Okay? And then I slide the elbow. Okay? 2 fingers. I slam it. And then I slide the elbow. This is still stapling. You've seen all this in the first series. Okay? So that's very, very good positioning there, you see? Now watch, if this arm gets free, I can thread this thing in. Now watch this. I go all the way around and I secure. See? Now, if you notice, you got the hammer fist from here. You got the hammer fist. But I can't get much. You see how I can't really get much meat? I maybe can get an eye. Especially this guy has big shoulders. So what I do is I turn this hand. Now watch. I straighten my arm. There's the hammer fist to the nose, hammer fist to the nose, hammer fist to the nose. Okay? So I'm here, my arm's bent. See, I straighten this hand and I straighten the arm. See how it exposes all this? There's the shot. There's the elbow. There's the rip from there. Then you can jump up, strict the arms, and finish it. Give it a shot. So I sprawled on him, right? So we're here. Okay? I have elbow control. I have his jaw. Okay? So we have that. Okay? Now, every now and then, what will happen is the guy will try to grab your hand and pull your arm away. So camera, come low. Try to get in here so you can see this. All right, so see, he will try to pull your arm away. Okay? So as soon as he does, see, I grab his wrist and I hold on to it tight. See? Now, all I do is I walk around him and I'm pulling him down to his side. Okay? And then here's your secure point. Okay, so he's trying to grab that hand to pull it off, right? So as soon as I feel that, I reach in deep and I grab his wrist from here and I pull it tight. Now I circle around him and I rip him to his side. See? And then this is where we are. I'm controlling with my jaw. That's okay. I can shook this arm around me. I can get the head under, and I can start working the shots. I can do that little straight. Look at that. And I can work the shots. There's the eye rake. And this is a good secure position. Okay? The best time to mount a man is when he oopas you. So he oopas me off. Whoop! I'm on. Now we're back to where we were. Our dominant position. You start putting hits in. You can shut this arm. And then there's the finish from there. Give it a shot. Okay, once again, I sprawled on him. See? Now, from here, I'm securing this. He grabs his hand to get it free. See? I reach deep and I grab his wrist. I hold it like I love it. Okay? And I use my thumb when I grab it. Now I'm going to pull it in his throat as I walk around him, pulling him on his side position. Okay? I'm securing. There's the shot. That could be the growing shot for there. The grab. It can, all that could be there. See? I wipe. I get under the head. I can do a choke or a submission from here. See? But also, look, I can just straighten this arm up. And then there's the shot. There's that arm rake. That shot. There's that eye rake. The best time to mount a man is when he oopas me. He oopas me. Whoop! Makes it easy. Okay, turn for the camera. Okay? Now I'm in my position. He pushes. Oh, beautiful. I shook this arm away. There's the shots. Give it a shot. Okay, we're going to continue this part 2 with some standing positions and show you some very high percentage takedowns for you. I'm also plugging some submission work for you, but our submission work isn't to get a tap out. Our submission work is to apply pain immediately so that I can open a line and go to my hits. Okay? So what I'm going to show you is how to get the back. Okay? There's a couple ways that are very work a lot. There's a couple ways that are very successful, very high percentage ways from here. So from here, we'll just go to this position here. Okay? If you've seen my dirty boxing program, you've seen me work the head and arm position a lot. Okay? Now, from here, obviously, I'm trying to get him away. Okay? But let's say I wanted to go to his back from here. Okay? As I shook him, I could headbutt, I could knee, right? I could arm drag. And then there's the press, see? And then there's the takedown. Okay, I'm gonna show that again before we get to the actual choke. So I'm here, all right? See, I like to hit, but the hits should precede any kind of standing grappling work on the street. Hits should precede that. So from here, see, I hit him with my shoulder. See, I run a headbutt. See, there's the knee. See, there's the arm drag from here. Now watch. This goes here just like a clothesline. And I like to use this knuckle right here on his back. You can also slap it. See? As I do, I take one knee. Right? Turn to the camera. Okay, now, a couple ways to make this choke very painful. Okay? I kind of developed this over the year working clubs because at first I started doing just your normal rear naked choke. And what was happening is before I would put the guy out, his friends would boot job me in the back of the head before the guy was ever out. And he would still be fighting. So I found that pain works better if I get a pain result quickly. Okay? So what I want you to do is work on this grip first off. You make like a five, high five. Take your other hand, you stick your thumb in the peace sign, and you grab it. Now there's a whole history when I started doing this grip, and if you watch, I actually have a free to the public video. It's an MMA video, and it's called Slick Tricks and Submission Tips. And if you watch the video, I go into the history, but basically it started in 1994 when I started training judo. But we're not going to go into that in this video, but that's the grip I want you to do. 90% of the time, this is the grip I use. And then what I want you to do is start working on the wiggle. The wiggle is magic. I'm taking this bone, that bone is doing the choke, you see? So I put it, see? And it's a short choke. So I'm going to put a rear naked on him. Jay, don't tap until you need to. I mean, you see what I'm saying? I could have kept going. I would have tired myself out. Now, Jay, don't tap until you need to. It's immediate pain response. Immediate, okay? Immediate. And you can put the guy out. Let me tell you something. He'll suffer until he goes to sleep. Okay? So when he's here, I put it on. Okay? I start cranking it. See? And now I can go right back to where I was. I put the shots in. I have secure positions if I need them. I can cross over. We've already done this. And we can go right back to where we were. So let me show you that one more time. Okay. Now from here, I'm going to arm drag, hit him down. Now if he reaches up with his hand to grab, see, you remember that karate chop? I karate chop it down. There's your secure point. When I lean the hip forward and I choke, I get a shoulder lock now too. Oh, it's horrible. See, there's the elbow. Brings him right down. Turn. Okay. Now I'm back to where we were. You can work all your stuff from there. Give it a shot. So I hit, you see, all hits, see, eye rakes, see, headbutts make every takedown easier. Remember that. Okay? Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit him with the inside my forearm. Okay? And then I want my energy, okay? I mean, you can see it, you can get a knockout if you do it properly. It's a hit, it's not a takedown. Okay? You okay? Okay. Okay? Now my energy goes to the ground and I just go right there to the ground. And if you notice, I'm right here in our Kesa, where we like to be. You see it? I punch, I rake. We've done this. I punch, I rake. He puts an arm up, right? Oh! Punch, 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 right? Okay? We have done this, and you know it, okay? We're just back to where we were. We're just getting there a little differently. shot. Okay, guys, hope you're enjoying it so far. Okay, what I'm going to work now, we're back side position, side control. We're trying to land elbows. We're trying to get tie-ups that I've showed you in this segment here. Now, I'm going to show you some ways to nullify his escape. Okay, so obviously, if I'm here, I am trying to secure this arm. Okay, we've talked about stapling and we talked about just hitting, right? And now when he pushes on me, we can also talk about just a wiping position from here. And we can go to smothers, chokes, but most importantly, hits from this position also. Okay, so first one is if he tries to escape this way and go to his knees. Now, if he's not if he doesn't train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or other grappling arts, they may not always turn into you. They may actually just try to get the heck out of there, which sometimes that's a good idea, actually. So I'm here, and he got space somehow, and he starts to get out, and now I've lost the position. So watch. So I'm here. He starts to roll. As soon as he does, the knee goes right here, and I just drop the knee right back down to position. It's very simple. So he goes to roll, I just secure the knee, and I just drop the knee right, and all my weight is on his ribs. It sucks. It hurts. Okay, so as soon as he rolls to his side, this leg jumps up, and I just balance right down. And then I come back down, and I'm starting to hit. I'm starting to wipe. I'm starting to put in the shots from here. The next one is now he's going to roll into me. Okay, now he can try it this way. You see he starts to shrimp on me, that's fine. Sometimes too, they'll try it around the neck. You see it? So if he goes around the neck, see this arm's going to go in, see? And then there's a choke from here. And then once I choke, see the elbow? See? And then there's the mouth. Alright, and now I'm back where I want to be. Okay? If he puts the arm and he collapses the elbow a little bit, see this? Okay? First off, I can just go real deep with it, and I can start working from here, obviously, and I have the choke from here. But also, I can double tap this thing, see? And now I'm back to where I was. And then there's the shot. So it's a figure four secure point. As soon as I land some good ones, I stick that thumb in his neck, I get my position, he pushes me, there's the shot, and there's my hammer. Give it a shot. Okay, the positions are getting worse and worse for me. Now I found myself in the guard. This is actually not a bad position on the street to be. There's ways where you can land a lot of good shots. One thing you got to remember is to lead with your head. If you have head control, you pretty much take any submission attempt he has away. Okay. I like to put my hands on his biceps. Okay, to nullify the punches. Okay. Now when I got that head control, you see I'm driving into him with my feet. Okay. So I'm driving in. Now from here, you see, I slightly pick my hand up and I hit. Just go back to head control. See, I hit and I go back to head control. Now, when you hit, this one's going to be free for a second. So he's going to be pulling, but then I cut, I step this thing down, and there's the headbutt. Okay? So, we're not going to stay here too long. All I want you to understand, though, is that it's coming from here to here. It's like a pinball machine. You're like, right? So, from here to here. And I'm pressing, and I'm driving into him, and I'm hitting with the elbow. I'm headbutting. See? So, that's there. Okay, if you do want to break the grip on this guard, now I'm going to show you a way in a little bit that never fails. But this is a good way to train it right now. See, I hit. Now you remember in part one when I had side control and I was hitting the face with the 12 o'clock elbow, and I told you that little trick to turn the hand down and it pinpointed that bone. Okay, so watch this. If I'm here. And I can get posture, and I try to, see, you keep them tight. See, there's nothing there. I'm hitting with the tricep. Now watch. Look at that. It breaks it. See it? So same thing. See, that's tricep. See, I turn it down. Tell them how that feels.
Ow.
Okay? So from here, I'm hitting. See? Or I turn it down and I hit it. And then you can do your pass, your guard passes from there. Okay? Our job, though, is to hit. Okay? So just a couple little things that I want you to work on. When you're here, I want you to work on touching and hitting. headbutt. See? You can break this grip if you want to. You can pass this guard if you want to. And you can go right back to where we were. Give it a shot. Okay, so we're here. We're hitting. That's what I want you to work on. Okay? Above all. Now, when you hit this guy, you're going to double palm his chest and jump to your feet. Okay? Hitting precedes this. So I hit, and then I climb up his body, and I step back, and I'm just grabbing his shoelaces. Now, kicking is always there, and it's always a viable option. Okay? You okay? So, now, what I want you to do, the easiest way to pass the guard, one of the easiest. If I'm going this way, I fake, and then I go. See? I go knee to belly, and there's the punch from there. And then you bend here, he puts a hand up, you can trap them, and you go back to hitting. Okay? Switch your angle. So I'm here. The kicks are there if you want them. Fake and go. I hold on till I reach the point of delivery here. Now, the punch comes from where it's at. I don't cock it back. From the lapels, let it go to the first shot to the face. Face. There it is. And he puts a hand up. See, I shook it, and I go back to hitting. Give it a shot. Okay, next one. I'm going to show you. This will be the last one of this series I'm going to show you. Okay? When I fake, I can go around. We know this. Also, when you fake, this leg can shoot over, and I call it the water slide. I just slide right down his body, and I'm back here to Kesa. We've been here. This is where we started. And then I start slamming the shots in. There's the bowling ball. He blocks it. We know all this. Okay, one more time with the water slide from here. See, I can fake, but this time I just kick the leg right over. See? And as I slide down, I let go. I want to hit him, and I go right in to Kesa. And I open up on him. He blocks it. Oh, you remember this one? You see, there's the bowling ball. Okay, once again, I'm here. I fake, and I just slide the leg right in. You see? I'm sliding it in, and then I'm abandoning the foot as I slide right down his body, and I'm right back here to Kesa. This is where we started. Then you open up. He blocks. Oh, you remember this one? You see, now there's that bowling ball. Remember that? Rake it. See, there's the hammer fist. See, I can straighten that arm. There's the hammer fist. You see? Now, see, I can go right here. Side position if I want to. Staple. There it is. Look. Oh, there it is. Remember this? We've been here before. Give it a shot. Okay, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this series so far. I have a lot of material, and it's kind of impossible to just put everything into a video series. But there will be upcoming video titles that incorporate more of the programs that I teach. We're going to end this Tar Tactics video series for you with what I consider the fail-safe. It's the only thing in 32 years now of showing my age a little bit. 32 years now of martial arts training. 16 years of those working club doors all across the southern United States, really. And it's the only thing that I found that works every time. It's a fail-safe. Now, when I teach this may be a little distasteful for some, pardon the pun, but I think it's important that you add it to your black bag toolbox. And this is one of those things that you just don't want to do it to anybody, but it's a life and death situation. And knowing this and training this, starting in 1998 is when I started training this art. It has saved my life. In fact, I'm going to tell you a story briefly. In all of my altercations, we actually tried to add them up recently. And we did the years, and we did my 7 years working in Louisiana, New Orleans, Bourbon Street, and then around Louisiana. And then I started working here in 2004. I started working gigs here in Tennessee. So over this span, we tried to add up the altercations I've been in, and I think we got roughly around 200 altercations over this time period. But out of all of them, the only time that I actually thought I was going to die, the only time I feared for my life. Now, I've been seriously injured in some of these, but the only time I actually thought I was about to die I had a young man. He was about 19 years old. He looked like the 19-year-old Mike Tyson. And we got into an altercation out there on the concrete. And he had a bunch of his friends there with him. And I did my game, which was a headbutt. It didn't seem to faze him. I don't know if I didn't sink it in properly, or I was just having a bad night, or he was just that bad. But as soon as I hit him, he did a body lock. And he jumped and skydived me in the air and dived me right on the concrete, and I blacked out for a second. My head hit the concrete, and I blacked out. And to this day, I truly feel that if I wouldn't have come back to, I wouldn't be here giving you this video series today. But I came back to, and I never forget that I was a little blurry. My eyes was a little blurry, my mind was a little shaky, and all his friends had circled me, and they were cheering him on. And I had him in a half guard. That wasn't a tactical decision on my part. It was just by accident. Okay, so I had him in a half guard, and the first thing I thought was, well, I'm about to die. And he was just raining punches down on me, and I'm trying to cover the best I can. And then I thought, not today. And all of the years that I resorted back to training this art, which I'm about to expose to you here, kicked in, and immediately I broke his posture. And I wrapped him up, and I bit his entire ear off. So yeah, now the cat's out of the bag now, I guess, for you here. This art that I'm going to talk about is it's a 200-year-old Filipino martial art called Kinamutai, and it's the art of uninterrupted biting and eye gouging and pinching. And these guys have spent 200 years figuring out the most conducive ways to bite a man. And they don't just bite a man arbitrarily. They don't just grab him and bite him where he can pull away. They actually lock this person up, and they use their incisors, and they latch on, and they make microscopic tears until the whole meat is gone. And I started this art, and I had a lot of police officers with me in Louisiana, a lot of SWAT team guys, and we used to put pieces of beef in t-shirts and time ourselves to see how fast we could get through this piece of beef. This is a very, very valid martial art, and I call it the fail-safe. And I have to give props to Paul Vunak. He's the one that kind of introduced this art to me. And from what I'm told, Dan Almasano introduced it to him. And I think from him, I've kind of evolved it and taken it to a different level for you guys. So back to the story. When I bit the bottom portion of his ear off, and I had him locked up, and I'm going to show you the position in a second. So I had my thumb in his eyes, and his eye was leaking vitreous fluid. He was screaming. He couldn't get away. And I'll never forget, he kept screaming, "Get him off of me! Get him off of me!" And it was funny because all his friends, and they had me outnumbered. They easily could have got me. They backed up and they started saying, "You're on him, man. You handle it." I'll never forget, it turned him into a crying baby. This was a seasoned street fighter, and it turned him into a crying baby. So that incident happened in 2004, the end of 2004, beginning of 2005, end of 2004. And ever since then, I have trained this art weekly. I have researched it. I have researched the possible ways to bite and destroy the human body by biting. And do it in a way that is conducive for them not getting up. Now, the beautiful thing about the bite is that it creates space immediately. When you're biting him, all he's thinking about is get away. Okay? So you're going to borrow that time to hopefully either push him away, to get back to your feet, or to get in a better position where you can land the tactics that I've been showing you. So this art is very vast, so there's no way for me to do it. Now, I do have the subsystem of this art attached to my Tartactics program, but that's another video series. And if the demand is popular enough, I will come out with that. Now you can do this art standing, which I've done, and you can do it on the ground. Today I'm going to show you a few positions on the ground. So without further ado, Kinamutai. Okay, the quickest way to escape his guard and to get in a position to hammer him. The fastest, most barbaric way possible
Okay? If he's got my head down, if you notice, I cannot bite from here because my head is down. I can't bite. Okay? Now, all I do to nullify,
And see, guys on the street will hold you, and they will hold you and hold you and hold you until their friends come give you to help them, or until it's until the fight's broke up. Okay, we don't want that. We want to get out of this position as quick as possible because we don't know who else is there. We don't know weapons involved, so we want to get to our feet as quick as possible. So
he's here. I punch his elbows. That gives me position to turn to index the bite. Now watch. Even if he's holding on tight, a little tighter for me, a little tighter, a little tighter, a little tighter. Watch what, and I'm not gonna do this ballistically, but look. See how my head can turn now?
okay, now from there I use my incisors and I bite his nipple. Okay. Okay. Now then I control his biceps. From here, headbutt, then I walk up his body. See, I hammer the growing area from there. I shook his legs, and now you know where we're at. Let me show you again. Okay?
So he's here.
That's secure. Headbutt. Now I jump to my feet using his body to catapult me up. See, I hammer fist or a punch. Okay? I shook his leg over. Hey, I rain the pain. Give it a shot. A trick for you here. When after I bite him and I roll him over, a lot of guys will hold your head down. Okay? Now, his elbows are. Let me read it. His elbows control the arm. Right. Sorry. Okay. So when I first. It was a more difficult way to get these arms out of your hand, or you would just pull your head out or something, right? Because watch, it's hard to bite because why? I can't bite him. Now watch, I punch his elbows. See? When I punch his elbows, it gives me space because his arms change direction. And then there's. He gives me the arm for an arm bar. Right? You get what I'm saying? So that's another option for you with the to get away. Another option too that's really fun and it surprisingly works really well. He holds. I take these knuckles and I rub them along his ribs. Okay? I want you to work those two, and then climb up the body. When the guard breaks, punch the groin or hammer fist the groin. Either one, I don't care. Clear the leg, punch, go to mount, redo it a couple times, and we'll call it. Now, I don't know how this happened. I've been screwed up. I found myself on my back, on tar, and now my only goal should be to get this big guy off of me as quickly, as barbaric, and as surgical as possible. Okay? So he's going to be raining punches down on me. I'm going to cover. Okay? I like the X block. No, not like Taekwondo X block. I just got to make an X and I'm just covering with this thing. See? I'm kind of tucking my jaw down to my chest as much as I can, right? Now this leg straightens. And then I knee his back to break his posture. And I latch on and I bite his nipple. Now he's going to pull away just like he did. And I barely just nibbled. Now from here, I headbutt. 1, 2, I walk up his body. I push the groin, and now I'm back to where we were. Give it a shot. Now, if you notice that last series, when I broke his posture, I latched on. That's what we mean by biting uninterrupted. He cannot get away until I'm done with the bite. And I'm telling you, you can actually research this. Google it. You can research it on your own and find out how devastating a human bite really is. Like I said, this isn't an art for every situation. I hope that you never have to do this. But if you find yourself in that timeless life situation where you really think that your life's on the line or the life of your loved ones, then this is the fail-safe. So you mounts. And go. shot. Give it a shot.
Okay, so from here, what I'm going to do is when I move his legs this direction, I go here, and my leg goes over, and then look at this. Right back where I was. It is so simple. It's almost like, what? Okay, watch Jay can do it. So he grabs his shoelaces or heels, or he can switch them. He can go, or he can go shoelace. No, I don't know. He can go shoelace and heels. There you go. He moves his feet one way, crosses over, and lays over. Easiest guard pass you'll ever do, other than the faking go. And that brought you in. Go back. That brought you in Kesa. So now he starts punching. He puts his head up. He sakes it. He secures it. Punch, punch. He lets it free. He gets side control. Boom. He floats a little bit. Float a little bit. Put your feet out. Shoot out. He floats a little bit. Elbow. Good. Elbow. Good. Bounce. Good. Punch, punch, punch. White. Punch, punch, elbow. Boom. You see now? Watch. He kicks his back. Michael kicks Jay's back. Go. Put up. Mike. Rolling. Go. Break the guard. Keep in control. Go. You get what I'm trying to bring out.
Yes, sir.
You can do this over and over and over and over and over again. So in very short, that's the Turn Tactics program. You guys enjoyed?
Yes, sir.
You guys did awesome. Thanks for coming.
Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Tar Tactics video series. One thing, Mr. J. Bumpus, he took a lot of beatings today. You can tell by his face, a little swollen here. He took some shots. So thank you, Jay. So yeah, I think it's very important to train this side of the game. If you're a competitor, I think that's great. But I also think that you need to train and research what really happens out on the street, in the street, where multiple attackers, where weaponry, where hot tar and curbs are involved. Okay, I think I put together a program here that's very streamlined, very basic. Once you train it, you got it. You'll never forget it. It's almost like my Fight Stoppers program, but it's in my opinion, I haven't seen something more effective as far as dirty grappling goes, and getting this guy off of you, getting back to your feet quickly so you can get the heck out of there and get home. So train these two parts, and there will be more Tar Tactics curriculum coming out in the near future. Now, we have Fight Stoppers coming up. I also have my Metal to Meat knife fighting video series. Please check those out. If you haven't checked out the Dirty Boxing yet, please check those out also. Follow our website link, and you'll find all of our great titles, and we have many wonderful titles planned for 2015. So please keep in touch with us, and thank you for your support, and thank you for following Progressive Productions. Guro Billy Brown, thank you guys. I'll see you on the mat.